Hello, and here is another long form one for you today. Would you rather be waterboarded to death or electrocuted to death? I guess that depends on the method of electrocution, you know? Like, if it's like a cattle prod and they buzz you, and you're like strung up by the wrists and they're buzzing you kind of every kind of couple minutes until you eventually die, then that would be pretty bad. I think that would be as closer to waterboarding than anything else. Because the idea behind waterboarding, for anyone that doesn't know, is that you do it in kind of little increments. You don't just continuously do it because it prolongs the torture. That's the idea of it. But being electrocuted to death would also be terrible, because if you look at people that get done in the electric chair, or used to get done in the electric chair, it looks pretty terrible. But which would be worse? That's the thing. I guess that's the question that we're asking, and that's why I'm answering a would you rather about it. How would I like to go out? I think I'd rather be electrocuted to death. Waterboarding doesn't sound great. Like, by the way, if you're wondering halfway through the video why the scenery changed and why there was the sound of a flushing toilet, I decided I needed to take a shit halfway through this, so... And I flushed halfway through because, you know, just stops the smell. But definite electrocution. You know why? Do you know why? Definite electrocution, if it's by electric chair, alright? Because you get to sit down. I love sitting down. It's so good. It's so much better than having to be like... I suppose you can... It depends how they're waterboarding you. I suppose they could sit you down while waterboarding you. This does change everything. Yeah, but they'd have to really think about it. You know, rather than like kind of partially drowning you. Yeah. And this is a difficult one. Although apparently drowning is supposed to be quite a pleasant experience. But you know when but you know what it's like. Yeah, like I don't know if anyone's been electrocuted by like a wire fence. I have. It wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. Obviously, the volts that are going through you. It's actually a lot of people die instantaneously, don't they? If they put their fingers in a plug socket and just end up dying, which isn't too bad, to be honest with you. I think it was mainly just that guy on Green Mile that ended up going badly because he didn't wet the sponge, because that bastard didn't wet the sponge. Definite electrocution, definite. I mean, I think it's bad enough when I try and have a drink and I swallow it and it goes down the wrong hole and I'm like coughing it up and my eyes are like bleeding. See what everyone else has said? Yep, most people would rather get electrocuted.